Hey guys, Dahlia is right around the corner, as you could see. I'm sure everyone knows. I've made a couple videos on the date, even before it was announced, and it's been announced fairly recently. And Dahlia is actually pretty good. So, this is just going to be me going over whether or not you should summon on these banners, because, I mean, Constant's Magda banner is also really good. And then Dahlia's banner is really good, so I'm going to be kind of breaking it down for you guys and bringing up some things in the future, like I always do. You know, it's like a routine at this point. But before that, I have to kind of advertise. I want to do Dahlia viewer summons. So I'm going to have a Google form down below if you want her to be pulled through viewer summons tomorrow. So right as the banner drops, and then maybe if more people want it, I will do another one Friday for both this banner and Dahlia banner. Because if you want to be pity swapping, where you hit pity on this banner and then you go back to here where you build your pity, then I will definitely be fine with doing that Friday. I do recommend doing that if you would like, but for me, I'm just all in Dahlia because I want to just see if I can get her. But let me just kind of quickly go over this sort of thing. I'm not going to waste any of your guys' time. I'm just going to break it down really fast, try to get it done pretty quickly. So first of all, the most like bait banner I've ever seen in my life, considering we know there's a Praetus and Jira, who's the new Hammer Girl, as well as Valderon and Ymeret. Those both have banners coming in the future. I think at the end of the month we'll get Valderon Ymeret alongside Anora. And so you should be saving every ancient summon you have. I would not summon on any ancient banners before then. You'd have to be actually crazy to summon on the ancient banner. Do not do that, okay? That's a big no-no. Don't be doing that. And then let me just talk about Dahlia pretty quickly. So Dahlia, her range is the same as it always has been. There was like a little bit of a mistake with some announcements that the devs made. Well, not the devs. It's like some employee made where they made it seem like it was a normal range. It's not. It's the same range as always, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. So Dahlia's kit is very, very interesting. Kind of going alongside this, she hits a lot of enemies. She has the blossoms. She gives block. She buffs. Like, I mean, she's really good. Just straight up. I think she's amazing. I think people are severely, severely underrating her. I think she will be a lot better than people say. She's very good in Gear Aid 1, very good in Gear Aid, like the other Gear Aid. I don't know. She's just good. She's gonna probably be good in Guild v Gold. That hasn't been tested on Forerunner yet. I mean, not Forerunner, on test server, which is the only place that anyone can play her in because Guild v Gold doesn't exist there. But I do predict that she'll be pretty solid there, and I think she will also be good for Guild Boss too. And she'll definitely be very, very strong. She's a cultist, pretty cool, and I would pull for her. I'm pulling for her. I'm I'm gonna pull for her. Though, something that people are kind of bringing up is, do you want to go for Dahlia or Anora? I answered it in a previous video, but then some things about Anora have been found, which actually make her worse. So Anora can't be Rage Regen currently. So currently that's really bad. If it's a bug and they change it, it will be after Dahlia banner. So it's a little bit hard to say if you just pull for her or Anora. Anora also can't get any buffs, so no damage increases, so no Dolores, no Invig, no like init buffs. That won't work. Init summons will not be buffed, apparently. Those don't technically count as summons, so keep that in mind. Just a lot of things keep coming out. If you want to go learn about those, watch War Guide's videos. And every day it seems like she gets worse and worse, and Dahlia gets better and better comparatively. Like, currently, Dahlia seems to be quite a bit better. She's a lot better in any AoE content, which is like the main thing Anora's good for. And that's if Anora has her bond skill, which is essentially with a lord. So it causes a lot of issues, and it's a very, very hard question. Personally, I think Dahlia is genuinely better, but it's completely up to you to pull for either. Or just follow your heart. They're both very, very strong. Both will be good for Guild Boss too. Stuff like that. And the Magda Constance banner is also very good. So we're getting a lot of good banners. It's gonna be hard to decide, but if you've been saving, you're gonna be very happy. If you haven't been saving, this is gonna be brutal. So let's kind of break down this banner. So this banner, epic-wise, Vortex is amazing, but he's very common, so it doesn't really matter. So the epics don't really matter there. And then we get to the legendaries, which is Constance and Magda. So but Magda's new. Sorry, I can't talk today. I just woke up. And then Constance is very, very strong. So let me just start with Constance. Constance is essentially Ground Dolores. She's a tank. She heals and she has inspiration. She's one of 3 inspiration heroes, I think, with Pharisee, Dolores, and Constance. Dolores is in a league of her own, but Constance is very good for the Styx boss. She's very good for mostly the Styx boss. She's good anytime you need ground inspiration. You can run these really janky guild boss teams. I think there's one guy who runs them. Here, just give me 1 second to get past this. Absolute garbage from my chest. But there's one person up here, Phoebe, who uses Constance instead because he's running a more nightmare kind of comp, as you can see there. So you could run something like that with Constance. Constance is just very interesting. She's pretty solid, but she doesn't like stand out especially. She's just very good in general. You could use her in Gear 4, Gear 5 if you need something to inspiration your characters, but you don't have the ability to because you can't place Dolores. That's where she shines especially well. And then Magda. So Magda is insanely strong in Gear 1. She can essentially be placed behind the wall, and when she ults, it actually branches her range out to the sides. So she's essentially going to get range right here on the fronts, and it's really interesting. So she also gets crit damage increased when allies die in range, something like Cerberus, Aatrox, literally anything. She does AoE damage to 5 enemies, she does magic damage, multi-strike attacks, caster and allies in range, get penetration increase and damage increase, and that she knocks back enemies. She's going to be pretty good in Arena for AoE, I think. She's going to be pretty decent Gear 1. I think she'll be usable Gear 5. Gear 4 is hard to say, because just the way that works. But she's very, very strong. She's definitely a very, very good unit that shouldn't be slept on. She's probably the best or the second best Forerunner hero that's being added to Global. I think Helga might technically be slightly better, but they are pretty close. I just think Helga's more versatile because she can hit. I don't know if Magda can hit air. I I don't know. You guys will have to look up some Magda guides, but yeah. So that's something that's coming. So my verdict overall, I would say, is Dahlia better than Anora. Definitely worth going for an exclusive. If you don't have a ton of AoE mages, definitely go for her. And Magda Constance are very cool, very good, but they're a little bit niche and not really necessary. Magda obviously quite good. Constance is a bit niche but good where she excels. And I think this is a decent banner, but personally with Anora coming out, and Anora might be buffed, or maybe she just continues to be kind of bad. Anora can't even clear Geared 4, by the way, because she can't get raged. So, I don't know. It's up to you. The no rage thing really makes Anora suck, but Anora's bond is also very important for Ymeret, so it's kind of a hard call. Personally, I'm going for Dalia. Once again, if you want to sign up for viewer summons, I will be doing them tomorrow at around 11 a.m. EST, so I'm able to get some sleep beforehand, and I should be getting those done, and it should be pretty fun. I'm going to do my summons for her. As you can see, I have about 9,000 gems. I have about 30 pulls. I'm hoping I can get her. Probably not, but I will be going for her anyways, and worst case, we'll build pity, and I suggest you guys go for her too. Personally, I think she's good. I think she's great and very, very interesting, and she's going to get better over time when people figure out how to use her range and when content comes out, so it's definitely not a bad hero to summon for. That's about it for me. I just figured I would kind of break it down a little bit. You know, tired Dustin doing who should you summon things as usual. It's whatever. But yeah, make sure to like and subscribe. Helps me out a ton. I appreciate you all, and that's about it for me. Destined, signing out.